Well, uh, hey everybody. It's been a second, hasn't it? Uh, yeah, I'm aware I've been kind of dead. I've been having times where I'm like, I'm coming back, and then I don't. This is gonna be the actual, real return. Like, for realsies this time. And to show that, I'm going to come here and explain where the hell have I been, and also some new changes, as you can see. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Why haven't I uploaded in like 8 or 9 months? I think we're getting on 10 by this point. It's a combination, of course, of like no motivation and school, but there's a bigger answer. I've been homeless. Yeah, I haven't had a house. My family and I got evicted from our house around September of last year, and we only just got a house last month. Yeah, that's mainly because when you live in Southern California, not only do people not sell a whole lot of houses, but they're also stupid expensive and there's not really one in the price range. Plus, we are a family of 5 with a few animals, so we needed like, a proper house to live in. So our sight range is pretty narrow. So it took a while, but we finally have a house, actually. My plan was to fully come back when my house was completely done, but at the time of recording this, we are still moving into the house, so I'm technically still staying at my temporary place. I've been living in like family places and whatever as I've been waiting for us to get a house. So throughout my entire school year as a junior this year, I didn't have a house, so that's fun, but I finally have one. Yay! And hopefully when that's all completely done and life's a little more stable again, I'll be able to actually really start pumping out content like I used to. For now though, this is merely just saying I'm alive and I'm returning, and maybe I'll try to pump out something, but expect more content in the next few weeks once my house is completely done. And yes, I'll make some kind of announcement for that when I let you know that my little space, I'll finally have a space to do my artwork. I'll actually be able to kick stuff in. I have plans for new things, and especially I want to set up an Etsy shop to, for people to buy stuff like merchandise and other small things I want to sell. So that'll hopefully be, up and running once I actually have a place to, make said things. So that's why I've been gone. And I finally want to be transparent and tell people about this because I want to have a reason why I've been gone and why, I couldn't be an online presence for a good second. I had to focus on real life things, and that was good. I learned about myself, I have grown as a person as this whole time has gone by, and generally focusing on IRL relationships than online relationships is quite the turn, and I have become more of the person I want to be. So, yay, positive improvement, mental health, whatever. Please, stay safe. Now let's get to the other big elephant in the room, as you've probably realized. Where did Neon Feathers go? As I see, I haven't even called myself that. Because that's not the name I want to be called anymore. I know. Whoa, that's big. Whoa, oh shit. Like, it's big news. Let's start the reasons why I'm changing it. And even though I've had it for 5+ years and it seems like that'd be my stuck name, I have a few valid reasons why I want to change it. Let's start with the obvious. There are people that already have my name. And if I want to do more art things, and by that I mean just generally be an everything artist like I plan to be, I'm gonna have to change it anyways. Because there's 2 music artists named NF and Neon Feather. And technically mine's different. Neon Feathers, I personally also just feel uncomfortable having names so similar to them. Like, I want to be my own person. I don't want to be a copycat, especially since I'm nothing like those 2 people. And also, I'm not a big fan of how long my username is and how it's spliced up that way. My personal favorite kinds of usernames were the one-word usernames. A lot of esports players have this name, and I don't know, here's a few examples of what I mean. And I've always dreamed of having a username that's short and simple and one word. So for the longest time, for the past 3 years, I've had the username idea of Cosmar. Cosmar was a word I came up with of just using the word Cosmo. And Cosmar was just such a cool sounding word. And I really wanted it to be, but I had this, expectation and this pressure to keep neon feathers because everybody knew me like that. But then once I've had this, time off, getting a house or whatever, I have slowly realized that I don't need to care that much about my online presence. Like before I was just like, that's my everything, that's my life. I'm nothing without neon feathers. I sort of realize now that I can be me, Cameron, separate from online presence. Now I'm gonna be Cosmar. So I'm totally cool now with possibly losing traction and losing some kind of popularity because I don't go by neon feathers anymore. Like, people are gonna get used to Cosmar, and some people are gonna forget about neon feathers and just forget I exist, and I'm cool with that. That's cool improvement for me. I'm totally cool with people just like, me not being as relevant because my name is different. And I actually like the idea of Cosmar having some new achievements on its name. Because all that Neon Feathers basically has is this one stupid video that I made, like, when I was like a little baby that looks like ass and somehow got really popular. I don't really like that being my thing anyway. And if I change to Cosmar, that in a subliminal way kind of gets rid of that. Like a whole fresh reboot. So I really like Cosmar. I've always wanted to be my name, and that's the name I want to be called by now. I would prefer if no one calls me Neon Feathers anymore, but you can reference Neon Feathers as like a different person or content that was related to Neon Feathers, but I don't want Neon Feathers and me to be the same person. This change is going to be kind of slow. From the time of making this, I believe I'm still trying to change all my usernames to Cosmar, like Twitter, YouTube of course, Instagram, Discord, whatever, but there probably will still be some things that I have to keep Neon Feathers on or I'll need to change, specifically profile pictures. I need to make new profile pictures and logos for Cosmar, so for the time being on certain websites, they'll probably stay Neon Feathers, especially on Instagram. And, other changes like logo changes. If you're wondering, Sona is still my mascot, nothing's gonna change about him. Basically nothing's gonna change other than I'm just going by a different name. That's it. My aesthetic stays the same, my art stays basically the same, everything stays the same except I'm just going by a different name. You still know me. If you know me, like if you know Neon Feathers, you know Cosmar. So you don't need to stress that much about it. So yeah, I think that's basically it. I have some animations in the works. Can't guarantee they'll actually come out, especially now, but in some point in time they will. As a person, because I have realized that IRL stuff is important, I'm probably not going to be as insane online as I used to be, not chronically online, so I'll definitely be slower in doing things, because I'm going to take more time to do things IRL, and having a social life outside of the internet. So I can perfectly split up Cameron and Cosmar how I want. So I'll still be around, of course. Possibly in the next month, I'll bring back, like I said, commissions and possibly an Etsy store, a bunch of random stuff I might make, and whatever. So, yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I'm trying to think of an intro, outro of this, but I can't really. But yeah, so I'm coming back, and as a new person and a new me. So I hope you will have a fun time going through the adventures as I am Cosmar. All right, peace.